everyone, and welcome to the Infinite Respawn podcast. I'm Chicken.
I'm Oak Tree.
I'm Griff.
Nah, bug.
What's up, guys?
Oh,
It's been a month.
it's actually only been a
Oak
couple
is-
of weeks. I looked back, our last show was the 20th.
Well, that's when it got uploaded. It got recorded on like the 14th or 15th or something. It was that weekend before. It was in the teens.
Yeah, no, it wasn't. I looked at it on YouTube. It was the 21st that it got uploaded. We recorded it on, I think, the 20th.
Oh, well, whatever. That's like the middle of the
Hey,
week.
you get more of us. You get more of us. Oh, middle of the week. Damn. That's fine. You get more of us. Is that a bad thing? They used to get us every week.
I know. Wonder what that addiction cut down's been like. Look, man, between like going to karate and having school after school stuff and everything, I just can't. I need some free time on the weekends.
Oh, trust. I understand. Soccer
Mhm.
and work, and it's like,
Yeah. Yeah. Life's gotten a lot, so it is what it is.
kids are fun.
But free time dwindles when you have them.
They require a lot. I'll say that. It's a lot. It's a commitment.
They want their own time, so
Yeah.
there you go.
Yeah.
That's what ours is doing right now. He's having his own time so that he can play Donkey Kong Bonanza on his Switch 2, like uninterrupted. Like, don't bother me. It's my time. It's like, okay. That's fine. That's fine.
Yeah.
He's such a little gamer though. Like he needs on the weekends he needs to play his Switch is what it is. He's just like
It's his decompressing time.
I mean
Yeah, I
don't
wonder
blame
where he
him.
gets it from.
Yeah, I know, right? I don't blame him. I understand that entirely.
Two gamer parents.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna end
Watching
up playing too.
He's gotten to watch very little Mass Effect, but he came in yesterday and while I was playing it, and he was like, "Yeah, I like Mass Effect too, because you get to have adventures." And I was like, "What do you even know about this game? You don't know what he knows about that game? Rex exists, and that's his favorite, and that's all that he knows about Mass Effect. But you have a ship and adventures." And I was like, "Yeah, that's good enough. That's all you need to know right
Do
now."
you think he thinks of Rex as like dinosaur adjacent?
Yes, I
Yes.
do.
Okay.
I mean, because
Yes,
he's Krogan,
100%.
and they kind of are,
Dinosaur
older
adjacent?
Dinosaur, yeah. I mean, and
They're
Rex is
evolved
old, so he's
dinosaurs.
kind of a dinosaur anyway, right?
I don't know. We're talking 65 million years dinosaur.
Well, Rex not quite that old, but it is what it is. Do we want to do news first, or what we've been playing, or what do we want to? How do we want to do anything?
There's not a whole lot of
There's
news.
not- there's
I
not a lot
know,
of
like
news. I
you
looked
want to
through a
just
lot of
do
stuff.
that and then talk about whatever.
I will go ahead and put it to the forefront. I skipped a lot of the articles because a lot of it is layoffs. People, CEOs making a ton of money, AI being shitty, and stuff costing an arm and a leg. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, it feels like we're just stuck in this cycle of AI taking all of our stuff, making everything super expensive. CEOs are taking tons of money, and people are getting laid off all the time. And like these articles are like rinse and repeat.
Yeah.
And
It's
then
getting
next it's
old.
going to be, why aren't people buying our games? Don't you people have jobs?
That's actually part of one of our Microsoft articles is that they're going to start doing a supported streaming test for their program, for their insider program. So I mean, they've got to
Nice.
try to make up money
Everybody
somewhere.
does
So
ad
they're gonna,
supported stuff these days, and it's just
yeah. So they're going to give you like an hour of gameplay if you watch the ad at the beginning, which I hopefully it's only like 5 minutes, but I could definitely see me like.
I mean, but it's
10-minute
for the
ad.
streaming part of the service though. If you
Yeah.
download it, it's not there. So it's like, I get it. They do have to have like an entire. We'll talk about the news, but they do have
mean,
to have an entire set
we
of
can go ahead.
servers.
I mean, you
for
could
that.
talk about it. We'll just,
Yeah, we'll just go
start
ahead
with
and
this
do the
article
news.
right here.
I know, right? Like we
Yeah.
don't plan anything.
We don't
Podcasts are
plan
usually
anything.
like, here's how we're gonna cover everything beforehand. We're like, "Pff, I already pushed the
Yeah.
record button. What do you guys feel like?
So basically, Xbox is rolling out ad support for the streaming side of their service. So because a lot more people are starting, especially if you have an Xbox One, for all those people that have not upgraded to the Series system, you are able to use that as a streaming system and be able to pull off of the servers from Microsoft itself and play Xbox Series games that you normally wouldn't be able to play on yours. So it actually gives you access to games you normally wouldn't be able to play if you have a fast enough internet. So that's basically, they're going to add an ad at the beginning. You watch the ad for whatever long, and that'll give you an hour of playtime before. I don't know how they're going to do another ad.
Yeah,
Yeah, like,
they
after
did.
The only
your
thing I
hour
can't
is
figure
up.
out
Yeah, they didn't put that information in there. I was like, you're gonna have to watch an ad an hour. I mean, that's not too bad because I mean, whenever you stream Twitch, they give you like 3 minutes of full ads per 20 minutes or something
Because
like
like, what if
that.
you're in the
So,
middle of like a fight in Halo? You know, you're in the
ooh,
middle of the thing and you're at the hour, and then all of a sudden it goes, and buy said soda here. You know, what I mean, like
like just
insert.
pauses your game and the ad pops up. It's like, bro,
Is it gonna give you a countdown? Like, it's because it's an hour, right? So it's like, does it give you like a 10-minute countdown when you're getting close to that point so
It'll
that
be
you can
like
get to a
Twitch. It'll
save
pop it up in the
point?
top where you can
yeah,
hit snooze.
Because I mean, like, I'd want to know. I'd hate to be like fully invested in a game that I've just gotten started in, and then like all of a sudden before I get to a save point or something, it's like, "Ba-ding, sucks to be you."
Yeah, I think it's odd, but I also do understand the fact that they have servers with systems on it. They have to pay for not only the bandwidth, but they also have to pay for the that streaming, everything they have set up for that streaming service. It's got to be paid for some way. It's discounted. Remember, because everything prices went up and then they had to lower it back down. They still haven't recouped completely from all the loss of people that are there, so they're trying to figure out a way to do it. And most streaming services of some sort have now gone back to an ad style system. It's just weird from a gaming standpoint, like very
yeah.
weird.
Yeah.
I don't know how it's going to work after that hour. Like, I don't know if they're just going to pause, like, pause the game and boop, there you go, and then come back and then you just unpause the game or what. But I would be mad if I was in the middle of a cinematic that was like tear jerking
Yeah.
or really important to the storyline, and then all of a sudden it was like, and boop. But it would be funny too, though, if you've just about everybody has watched traditional television at some point with a drama. And that
Mhm.
when it used to they would leave you on a cliffhanger before an ad.
Yeah.
So you'd have like this 2-minute ad or 3 minute. No, actually, that usually ended up being the long ad. It was like 4 minutes, and it would be they would leave you on this cliffhanger, and you're like, "You bastards, why?" When it got to that point, then you followed up with whatever the last 10 minutes of the show before they went into credits. But it was like, what if they did that? Like they were
Well, I
able
mean,
to time it perfectly
that's
for
the
one
thing though,
of
is you
these.
mentioned that where it's like, oh, wouldn't it be funny if that's kind of how they had it set up? Do they start making games around that model? Because they want that to be like their big thing because they know people aren't going to pay for a service, but they'll watch a few ads. Do they
I
start
think
making games where about an hour in, there's a natural like leave off where it can fade to black just so they can make
Ooh.
sure that they could put their
no,
ads
no.
in?
I think that is way too. I can't think of the word for it, but I think that's too hard, too difficult, especially because ads aren't have to be like you could have them on Steam and what you're gonna have the ad in the game. Well, I mean, I can guarantee those you're gonna have
Well, no, but I
reviews
mean,
that are
I'm
gonna be like your
thinking,
ads are in these exact moments. Like, I mean,
What they
I don't
could
see it.
do, though, like from Microsoft standpoint, not from the game manufacturing standpoint, development standpoint, they could set it up. We'll use Halo for an example because they just did the remastered version of Halo, or the remake, not remastered. Sorry.
campaign
Um,
involved.
so with that, they could set it up because you have chapters, and they're going to go if you're within 50 to 100, 50 to an hour and 10 minutes inside that chapter. At the end of the chapter is when they go ahead and because there is a fade there, and then they'll give you the commercial break for however long, and then it's a pause screen when you come back to unpause to start the next chapter. If you're within that, they could do that. I just do not see how you get to the next hour. That's going to be. I'm very interested to see how that works. And then also, is it just for the bottom level that's playing that? Because they've got 3 tiers when it
Right.
comes to the streaming service. And so is it like, oh, it kind of like Netflix, I guess, and everybody is done where if you're at the lower tier, you get the ad, then you're basically paying for no ads as you go up. Is it going to be one of those? Or be like, oh, you get a 5-minute ad if you're at the lower tier, you get a 2-minute ad if you're in the middle, and then you don't pay for, and then you don't have it because you're paying not to have ads
How
on your
does
streaming
it
service.
work for if you're playing a multiplayer game? Like, just imagine that you joined into another match because you didn't realize what your timer was like, or you're like, oh, these are usually 20-minute in and out matches, and your match is dragging on for whatever reason, and like your time runs out.
Yeah,
They
because
put
you
you in
could
a
be.
tiny window box, and then you have to try to play the game that way.
Oh my god! You
It like,
just have this.
yeah.
It's a picture in picture, and it's mainly the. That's
Oh
awful.
man. An intense moment in your competitive shooter, and all of a sudden it's a tiny little window, and you're getting like Doritos commercial blasted at you, or Walton Goggins selling you
No,
Walmart or some shit.
I was thinking about it. No, they probably won't put it into the game, but if they can make it work, they are going to get it so good to where after the match, it'll pop up the ad and you can't queue for the next match
Until
until
you
you
watch
watch
it.
the ad.
Ow.
They
Then
would
when it's
have to
done, you'll
do
be
it.
able to click continue.
They would have to set it up almost perfect, because I was thinking, what happens if like again the chapter system, right? So basically, because that would be the end of a chapter in a multiplayer game, you finished out your match, and you already hit the queue button for the queue for the next game. So you hit the ready to go, and then the ad pops up while you're in the middle of it because it was your hour was up.
What if you
Oh my
could
God.
bank time? Like, I'm thinking, because, Discord's got their little, like, quests so that you can get orbs, and a lot of them are watch this ad. And sometimes I'm like, one day I'll want a pretty faceplate. I'll just go ahead and put the ad thing up while I'm doing something else. You can't tab out of it, by the way, on Discord, so I'm sure it'll be the same on Xbox. You can't, like, go to another window or anything like that. You're forced to lock into it. But I'll just push the play button, walk out of the room, go do some stuff, and come back a few minutes later. So what if you could just, like, watch a bunch of ads at one time to bank a bunch of playtime? You're like, this game's 12 hours. How much time do I have to come in here and push the button and walk away and come back while
They
I'm
used to have that
cleaning
on
the house?
Hulu. So
I was
where you
about
could
to
do
say-
30. They did 30-second commercials, or you could watch like one long 2-minute
And be
commercial
done
and
with
not
it,
have
yeah.
anything.
Yeah, I used to do a trick with that too, is because every time you would start a video, it would change the ad. So I would sit there and I would refresh my show over and over and over and over again until I got that option where it would pop up and be like, would you like to watch a 30-second ad, or would you like to watch a 3-minute ad? And I'd be like, 3 minutes and then no more ads. And I would just do that every time I'm watching a show, just refresh until it gives me the option for no ad commercial break. And I'm like, yep. They got rid of that though. I spent like 15 minutes refreshing, and I could no longer get it, and they give that option no longer. So
I mean, that'd be neat if you could bank it, but I'm also thinking they won't do that, because the whole point is you need to sit there and watch it in order for them to maybe gain something out of it. But I'm also at this point, like, I'm old enough where it's like, all right, look, you could show me 30 Tide commercials, but I'm not buying Tide, okay? I'm buying whatever other detergent. I'm allergic to Tide, but
Well, Microsoft doesn't care if you buy Tide or not. Only Tide cares if you buy
I know,
Tide.
but that's what I'm saying, though, is like, at what point are they like, no, we need to make sure that your base is actually watching this. You can't have it in a setup like what he was talking about with Hulu, where they're likely to push that button and then wander off to not even put eyeballs on it. Like,
Let's say you're just a small streamer starting out. And so the only option that you have is to stream your game to you while you're playing. Let's say you have good enough internet for that. So you're talking to whoever, right? Talking to your chat. Y'all, you're 7 people going. Let's say you've been going for a little bit. You got 7 people watching you. And then to play whatever game it is, you have an ad that pops up. Then your ad finishes, and then Twitch's ad system pops in right after that.
how does it work on Twitch though? Because then you're showing an ad from another service.
That's
on
that's
top of
part
their...
of that's going to be an issue that they're going to have to take care of, and it's going to be to where Twitch is going to have to change their terms of service to go along with it.
because you'll be showing ads from a different company.
Yes.
Yeah, because you can have your own sponsors.
But then you declare a sponsorship so that
Yeah, you
you're
have to
not in
declare a
trouble
Right,
for
and
that.
you have
and
to
it's
say
like,
that it's an ad, right?
but
You
like
have to say it's an ad
the
for
Tide
streaming.
ad that's playing through your Xbox, sorry Tide, don't buy Tide. And don't eat the pods. But I mean, like, how does that end up working? Because you're not sponsored by Tide, but you're watching a Tide ad that you're like broadcasting to other people who are now forced to watch this because they're watching you. So like, I don't know.
I don't know.
That's a real questionable.
It's very interesting.
Yeah. I'm also curious, like, what is the ad runtime just in general? Like, even if I'm gonna play at home by myself and I'm not streaming it out and I don't have to worry about any of that stuff, like, how many ads do I have to watch for an hour?
I mean, I'm going with Chicken's Original, probably about 5 minutes worth of ads. But now I do know that, like, I think it's Peacock. that I don't like. I have an account with them, but I don't have like a service with them. Like I don't pay them for it or something. But it's like
We do, but I don't pay them either.
Oh, we
it's
get
like
it because of the Chromecast. Anyway, keep going.
but like 3 minutes or something like that. I think is what they give you with the ads at the beginning, and then I think you get an hour's worth of the show or 30 minutes with the show before they show the next ad.
Okay.
Yeah, you get a
You
lot
can-
of. Yeah, for movies, I think they do it. They give you like 3 breaks in it. It's like 3 minutes for like a movie, which isn't really too bad. Because I mean,
Mhm.
you get up in the middle of it, and you watch an ad in the beginning. You watch most of your movie. You get up, go to the bathroom when during the ad, then you come back. You watch the back half, one more ad break, and then the show's
That's
done.
how I
So
watched
it's
the new
not
Super
bad.
Mario Brothers movie, The
Yeah,
Galaxy.
oh yeah.
I was fine with it. I didn't have to pause it. I just got up and used the restroom and came back.
Yeah.
It's old school.
It is. It's weird how like, oh no, we want to get away from like cut the cable because we need all of our streaming services because there's no ads and you can watch this huge library. And now over time it's like, well, the library is either 1, dwindled, or 2, huge but full of garbage. And also it's really, really expensive, but you can watch the ads if you want to not pay as much. So here we are back to where we started.
Or in
I know,
Netflix's
right?
case, oh, it's really good. This first season's fantastic. We're just going to cancel it.
And they're having severe problems keeping people and getting people to watch season 2 of stuff. I think I saw a number tossed around. It's like they have a 38% viewership drop between season 1 and season 2, and like almost all of their shows that they do.
And
I
it's
think
because they
some of it
canted
is
from under us, too.
Right, because people don't.
Yeah,
People are like, oh, it's
one-
season 2. I'm not even gonna watch it
Yeah.
because you're gonna fucking cancel it.
We
after
know
this
not
one.
to get
I'm not
invested.
doing it.
And 2,
Yeah.
Netflix, I think part of their problem is, and it's something that the gaming industry is sort of experiencing, is this oversaturation where they just push out so much content constantly because they want to keep you engaged. But the thing is one, content fatigue is real. And then there's choice paralysis where you have so many choices that you just don't pick one. Which sometimes that happens to me with my Steam library. I'm like, what do I need to play? This is too much. I'll just go watch something.
We're about to find out in September.
So-
Because like next month we have a ton of games that are coming out because they're all trying to avoid GTA,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And so so nobody wanted to be in October either because they didn't want you still playing their game when GTA came out and then have a fall off. So September ends up being the month that everybody has games coming out, and then there's nothing after GTA until like February. So like Fable did like Microsoft did a great thing going Fable needs to be moved to February because we're not getting anywhere near this. But you have a possibility of really good games from September tanking because
Because there's
people
too
don't
many.
have time to play it. Yeah, there's just
Well,
too many
people
games.
don't have time to play it, and a lot of people are running into the economy issue where games are expensive, and I get it. It takes a lot of tech and people and stuff to make them, but they're expensive, and you can't trust devs to put a game out on day one that's worth paying the full price for. So
Yeah, your $20-$30 games are going to end up winning the day.
yeah, which
like if
I
you
mean,
got a
when
because
we
you have a
get to-
$40 game and a $20 game, and I want to play both, I'm going to go with 20.
Well, that's
Oh, yeah,
when
for
we
sure.
get to what we've been playing. I'm pretty sure that well, for me and Chicken, almost everything that we've been playing is games that are either already in our catalog or that we picked up for super cheap on sale. Because
think I
it's just
picked up
like
anything.
everything is expensive.
We bought games at the beginning of the year and haven't bought anything. Well, okay, I bought Resident Evil 9.
Which
in-
we've both
in-
played,
in-
and
in
it was totally
February.
worth
Yeah,
the
we
price
both played.
tag.
Yeah, and I mean, I've got one other game that I'm buying this year as of right now. So
Which, I mean, lucky for us, we also just got our like rebate from our insurance company. So it's like, oh look, that's what we're gonna use to buy that. So
hell yeah, nice surprise money. I love surprise money.
at this point, we need all the surprise money we can get because real life is expensive.
Tell me about it.
Yeah,
But I do think that the ad thing is appealing because of that expense, though, because it does mean, hey, if it's one of those games that's newer that I have not gotten around to playing, maybe I'll just watch a couple of ads and play it. But I don't know.
It's like
It
it's like
depends.
an advertised demo, which
Kinda,
is the
yeah.
way it kind of feels like.
I do wonder how they handle that. Like if you're making progress and then you stop playing for a couple of days.
You could probably keep your progress.
I would hope that they'd let you keep the save. Yeah,
yeah. There's still going to be a cloud save there because you're still paying for their service for it.
technically through
Yeah.
watching the
Yeah.
thingy thing. You're paying with your
Yeah.
time.
Well, I mean, you're still paying. It's just the bottom end of their tier.
Oh,
Yeah, you're
is
still
that what it
paying.
is? Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's not like it's
Yeah.
free to
Okay, I
watch an
thought
ad
they
and
were
play a
doing like
game.
the.
It'd be like paying, I don't know, whatever the bottom tier for Netflix is, $9.99, $6.99, whatever that bottom tier is,
Although I
and
do
then you get the ads.
take slight issue with like I'm paying for a plan and I have to watch ads no matter what. That's still.
Oh, you still got to pay for the service. I mean, they're
Yeah.
hosting it for you
I
and
know.
streaming it.
I
To
get
you,
They're
it.
making
so.
it. They're making up the price difference, is what they're trying to do. But
Like,
it's like
I
I'm
understand
still
that.
not convinced that the higher tier on any of the services, like doesn't
Is
matter
worth
whether
it.
we're talking about TV, movies, or video games, is actually paying for the stuff. I still think the ads are paying for, which is why the ad system got put in the first place. Because you're gonna have a whole lot more people that are like, oh, well, I don't have to pay for anything. Which is why Netflix also went after everybody and was like, you know, if you haven't logged in on what you call your home base within the last however many days, then that particular account you can't use on that device anymore. So people had to open up their own accounts. So, you know, the same thing. I guess everybody's kind of done it now. Hulu, Disney Plus, everybody.
Yeah.
So
No more sharing.
Hey, don't give YouTube that idea. They're gonna be
I
like, oh
think
no,
that
you
they
can either watch
did.
YouTube at home or
They might have done that actually. Done the account.
YouTube
Yeah,
does
sign
it with their YouTube TV.
Yeah, like
Okay, I was
the,
gonna say YouTube
yeah.
TV sounds like it, but I mean like just generally watching YouTube.
Yeah, but
what
I
they'll
mean,
allow
YouTube
you
account's free, so why would you share?
YouTube TV would allow you to be able to, it will allow you to be able to travel, so you can go wherever you want. But if you go out of country, you have to really manipulate your VPN back into the United States to be able to utilize YouTube TV, which I found out because I like travel to Canada, but I also am a Roll Tide Alabama fan and have to watch the games and have to figure out a way to watch the games.
Yeah.
So I have to figure out how to manipulate the system a little bit. It is very difficult to do sometimes. So thank God for regular YouTube, because a lot of people stream that. So it's like, well, they're doing illegal things, not me.
Yeah.
It's like, thanks. But yeah, I'm very interested to see how this ends up going, and then if somebody else is going to follow suit.
Oh yeah, for sure. This is definitely going to be the thing in the future. If this works out, they're gonna compound it.
Because Sony's right now, the only thing that streams on Sony's is their games before the PS4, so PS3 and back. Anything that's on their service back, that's the only thing that streams on theirs. You cannot download those games; they're stream only. Because
I
they're not
still
compatible.
think I still think we're evolving the infrastructure to fully support streaming services like that, because they're heavy to stream games, and not everywhere has, like, if you're not in a bigger city or having like heavy fiber internet, it's going to be a little bit cumbersome for you to stream bigger games like that.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure us trying to stream a game like that would be,
Well, it's
rough.
the most of the stream, it's not much different than streaming a regular game. I mean, a regular movie, trying to get it from 1080 to 4K, like that speed level that's there. But you're only getting a 1080p no matter what in the video game. So you can have 4K television, but if you're streaming it, you're only getting 1080p, because that's the only thing they're going to send to you bandwidth wise. Because all of their servers doing the work. Because basically they have stacks and stacks of consoles sitting there, and you're logging into one of their consoles essentially, and then it's sending you the data back. But you're still going to have fast internet, because otherwise you're going to get a delay when you're trying to.
Yeah, I was gonna say, man, I can only imagine, like, they gotta have servers all over the place. Because I mean, if I play in Atlanta, I've got a little bit of ping, man. I'm gonna feel that just slight delay.
The thing is too, like, if you're doing multiplayer, and trying to stream like that, you're insane. But most of those are not streamable anyway. You can see on them where you have to download the game. So like Marvel Rivals, you're gonna have to stream, but it's not a Game Pass game anyway.
Yeah.
So
interesting. I would imagine that other companies will soon pick that up if it works out for Microsoft at all. Like, to any measure of success, other companies will be like, hey.
Oh, Epic's gonna jump on that in a heartbeat.
Oh yeah, for sure, 100%, without a doubt.
Tim Sweeney's gonna look at that and go, yes. Yes, absolutely. Yes, I will have everything to do with that. Okay, now
Yeah, that's the
to
If
pay
you
solution.
for your
open the
free
Epic launcher, it's gonna start up an ad so that you can even
to
open
pay
it.
for your free games that we give you every single month.
You'll now have to watch
We
ads.
now have to watch ads.
I do wonder what their financials look like for stuff like that.
I mean, especially now that Fortnite still makes billions, but it's nowhere near what it used to be. I'm very interested to see, because you remember they had to lay people off not too long ago too.
I
Another
mean,
group that had to lay
Fortnite's just a
people off.
walking billboard. Like, it's a billboard sim, though. Like, you
Yeah,
load
pretty
in
much.
and
They
you're
they
being advertised all of the products
Well,
that they've
they've
done crossover with.
well
Yeah,
for the
so-
game itself, yes, 100%. But they've also created a launcher of sorts. So they're like the Lego game that's there, plus the Star Wars game and stuff that's there. They're creating
Plus
a launcher
the
for those
PvP
games.
game or PvE game that they made originally to be Fortnite. Apparently, that's there now and successful. Shocking.
Well, it's been
Well,
there. It just wasn't
yeah.
free. You had to pay
Yeah.
for it.
The, to me, Fortnite feels like it wants to be like the teenager version of Roblox, where they want
That's
to
really what
give
it
you
is.
a hangout place with all these different characters and all these different game modes, and it's kind of like
But the difference is too, though, with like what I would say on that one is Roblox also, and this is why Roblox becomes problematic, is they give you the tools to be able to create your own game and put it out there. The closest that you can get that with Epic Launcher is they have a customizable thing where you can create like obstacle courses and stuff like that in Fortnite, that type thing, and that's as close as you're going to be able to get to that. But and then all that is the code. Like there's at least that's the way it was set up, to where you'd have a code, you could give your friends the code, and then they could try out your obstacle course essentially.
Right.
So kind of more like Forge was set up for Halo in that respect.
Yeah.
But
Maybe some extra report safety guardrails, you know,
yeah,
for predator purposes, because Roblox
Yeah,
does
well, I
not
would-
have that.
no, they do not.
Roblox is
which,
like, bring on the predators. We know there are children here.
which their stock is also down 70% in a year's time. So
ooh, that's massive. Ooh,
they went from 150 million people daily playing that game to like, it's still, the numbers are still good, but they're like, it's down to 100 million, I think, or something like
that's a
that.
lot of that's a lot of that is called a massive hemorrhage.
Mhm.
Yeah, okay, that would explain why I saw that article. They're blaming non-viral game modes as to
Yeah.
why they're hemorrhaging
Yes.
people. It's like people aren't making enough viral game modes.
I mean, but
or
it's your
enough
job as
fun,
the
having
game
enough fun.
creator to do that, right?
No, they make the sandbox. It's like the dude who made Minecraft. He's like, I made Minecraft and I put mods out there. You people do whatever the you want with it. And they really haven't done much with Minecraft. People have done everything with Minecraft. Why do you think Left 4 Dead 2, that is 17 years old,
Ugh.
still averages 20 to
17?
30,000 players
Oh,
a
that
day?
hurt to
Yeah.
hear.
Left 4 Dead
20
2
to
is 1 year away
30,000
from
players
voting
a, year,
age.
or a day, like because of mods. You have a community that loves your game enough, it will basically keep itself alive. But Roblox, you don't have anything to offer except a bunch of predators and weirdos, and a lot of us are
Get
just
your
like, no. I
predators.
mean,
Well, I guess
my kid will never touch Roblox. Period.
Yeah.
It's one of those games that are like, no, bro. He's talked about it, and I was like, you're not playing that. He's like, okay, like we're not playing Roblox. I'm willing to go let him play Fortnite before I'd let him play Roblox.
I would also
Or I'd
argue that
prefer
we're
neither
more
of them, but-
informed as parents, and we inform him. Like, he also understands what junk shows are, like, as far as you're watching a cartoon that is just mindless with no moral or ethical guidance or anything, or like it doesn't have a lesson for you to learn from it, and he knows that that's junk, and it's like, okay, well, sometimes that's okay. But like, he also understands we don't watch this or we don't play this because, and we will tell him roughly why. I mean, I don't think he would understand predators, but
yeah, we tell him like certain
Yeah.
shows are junk shows. They're just mind rot and they're funny and that's it.
It's
There's nothing.
brain
There's no
rot.
There's no substance to them. No story. Nothing like that. Just dumb stuff. I've even showed him Animaniacs and was like, this is kind of the same thing. This is old school dumb shows.
yeah, but it
And
does
he likes
have
it.
smart
No,
stuff in it.
Animaniacs
Yeah.
had educational things in it.
Animaniacs
kid,
was stealth education.
For a kid, tell me that you took away every prime lesson from it.
Well, I mean,
because
it's not
sure
every
fuck
prime
didn't.
lesson, but I mean, like, you're singing along to the, Wacko Singing the States and things like that, or all of the countries.
He
we
watched
love.
it, did not sing the states.
Well, no,
He
but I
did
mean,
not
we
sing the
used to watch
countries.
those kinds of shows, like,
But that's my
on
point, is they're
repeat,
not
so.
taking away the lessons. But because that is old school dumb shows. They were goofy, chasing around, flirting with the Hello Nurse, and tormenting everybody.
Yeah, but then they
Fingerprint.
also had educational parts of that as well too.
Yeah, there were, good idea, bad. I forgot one of the good idea, bad ideas, or one of them
'Cause
was like
fun
lesson
fact,
of the
as
day.
somebody
Morality,
that worked in the
turn,
TV
turn.
business, they
Tell
had
us
to
the
have
lesson that we
educational part
should
of it.
learn.
Yeah. The first one was like really dumb. It's like I can't even remember what it was. But for the lesson of the day, it was like like I said, I can't remember exactly what it was, but it was not a lesson of the day.
Yeah, the
It
little
was
morality.
Yeah.
No. It was just lesson of the day.
Yeah, but there was also Wheel of Morality.
Yes, I know
Yeah.
that too. But
Turn,
that in
tell us
that
the
first
lesson that we should
episode there
learn.
wasn't.
Yeah, we
So
talked
but
about
there
what we
were
want.
parts of it, but kids were not. He was not taking the.
I mean,
smart
there were
part from
lessons
it.
in there, just
Yeah. Well, and it's also some
But-
of that stuff is like you watch it as, a little bit older than he is, and you don't realize that you're learning it until your teacher mentions, this country at school that you saw on the Animaniacs, and you can tell them something about it because it was on the Animaniacs.
Correlating a little bit better.
I
but
know
yeah.
this is super tangential. We're all old people.
Yes. This is the content and things like that, but it's just that's what Roblox is. A lot of brain rot and curating content. This is what this like we've been through decades and decades. 2000 to 2010 was like the gaming era boom. I will say that I think 2010 or 2011 to 2019 had good games, but I think that first 2000 to 2010 had some
Bangers.
of the best games ever
I
made.
think it was the start because of the console wars actually starting up for real.
Yeah, like
because
real.
you had PlayStation already existed. Then you had the Dreamcast, which was a
Xbox.
phenomenal system, but it did not hold up well. It was ahead of its time, really, in a lot of ways. And then PlayStation 2 was coming out, and then Xbox started that battle happening. And then on top of that, Nintendo's playing catch up. Sega's now done because you're done with the Dreamcast. That was their last ditch effort type thing, and I think that's really what pushed everything forward, is because it allowed for some of these studios and exclusives and things like that to kind of be a thing. And it helped having something like Halo and Microsoft going,
well,
we know you're making this game for Mac, but we're gonna buy you. You
it
can
was
still release it on Mac.
also
You can have
at a
it.
point where developers actually cared about the games that they were developing. They were not under pressure to develop an annual franchise entry that had to sell
It was a
$20
new
million or they
frontier.
were going to get chopped. Like, you had products that were coming out that were actual passion projects and worth playing before we discovered games as a service, where it's like, how much can we charge the player to play this? So it was real.
Like I said, it was a frontier. The 2000s were like the gaming frontier. The 2010s was like creators, streamers, like that's where the big boom was. Big esports, things like that, like the rise of gaming into mainstream popularity. And this, I will say, this decade has been really odd because it's been more like content creation and short content, not really any substance to it.
Well,
I
it's
mean, we got
because
some good
people
games
got
here and there, but
tired
it's
of
the
all of the
indie
big
world.
AAA bland titles, because AAA is doing. I mean, like, Dragon Age
It's
Veilguard
gotten
is a good one to
flavorless
point
over
at
the
for that,
years.
because they want games that they can push out there that are safe enough that most of your players can play it, but they don't do anything innovative. They don't tell you anything new. And with Dragon Age specifically, you could actually take the main character that you play as out of that game, and it doesn't change the game at all. You really weren't there to do anything, but it's a safe choice and things like that. So
It's the Indiana Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Ark of video game.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah.
Because if
Just
Indiana
take 'em out
Jones
of the-
doesn't show up, the Nazis still end up killing themselves at
Yeah,
the
I
end of the
mean,
day.
everything happens
Yep.
exactly the same. You just don't get the.
Yeah, it's
It's
one
just
of those
well.
plot
To be fair
holes.
though, with Indiana Jones, you had a character that still was interesting enough to watch throughout. That had that charisma. Your main character in Dragon Age is not. Not
Fair.
Veilguard.
Yeah.
But I mean, like that's the thing, is become very bland and it's very formulaic, and we need something that's safe and palatable so that everybody will want to buy it, and they don't. That's the thing, is like we don't, and not everybody wants to buy your safe bland garbage. You know, everything's painted
I mean,
millennial gray.
we've had some good years too. Like 2023 was a great year of gaming. Because I mean, that's when you had Elden Ring and you had a bunch of other games that were
I think
coming out.
Baldur's Gate came out that year.
Yeah, Baldur's Gate was 2023. I believe that's correct.
2023
but
was
I mean,
like
those
was
are-
probably the
those
peak.
feel
But
more like
remember,
passion
those were games that were
projects.
supposed to be done, but they were also supposed to be done in 2021,
Well,
and
then
they had
COVID.
2 years of baking because of COVID. So it was one of those where it allowed people to spend more time, and like, you know, that's what forced Cyberpunk to be released earlier than it should have been released too,
Or
because
Cyberpunk.
they had all those issues. But Cyberpunk ends up being, you know, a really great game because
Yeah,
they continue
once they
to work
finally
on it.
fixed it, yeah,
Yeah.
it's on my
Yeah.
replay
It's
list.
interesting, and I'm not trying to get like my old man cane and complain and things like that. I'm
Too late.
just watching how it's interesting, because the 90s were just the baby steps in the gaming world. There were good games out there, but we were still getting our feet wet. And in 2000s, look at the game from 2000, look at the games from 2010. Huge evolution.
Mhm.
I don't think the 90s are still getting the feet wet. I think it was a recovery because you had mid 80s is when Nintendo came out and came out with the NES system and allowed people to be able to game again. Same thing with Sega coming out as well, and allowing people to be able to game again because of the gaming crash that happened at the beginning of the 80s with Atari and everybody else, you know, going out of business.
Mhm.
And so it allowed them to kind of get started that way. 90s was, what can we do with newer technology? And it was more PC gaming, where console gaming was it was earlier before that.
Mhm.
90s is where a lot of people did that, because we used to have shareware. So everybody would have these freaking floppy disks that everybody would borrow from
Floppy
everybody
disks.
else.
Oh,
Floppy
man.
disks.
You
which
can
were
get
hard
your
floppy
cane out
disks,
for
not
that
the original
now.
floppy disk. And you would have the floppy disk and you would hand them over to a friend, and it would have like 4 levels of Doom on it. And you would just play those 4 levels until you had them completely memorized.
Mhm.
And you tried to go as quick as you could. And they would have Wolfenstein 3D, and you had a bunch of other games that everybody would play. And you had the PC era that was there. And then I think what happened with the early 2000s is everything went back to console,
Yeah.
because it used to be, and to some degree it's still kind of this way, but not quite, nearly to the same level. But it used to be in the 90s, if you went and bought a PC, the minute you walked out of whatever store you went to, it was obsolete, because it was, the new technology was
Moving so
just
fast.
moving so quickly, because we were just improving so fast. And that's the reason the whole crisis, can it play crisis thing was a thing for PC, is because they were building for a PC that really didn't even exist yet. And so now I think we're getting to an era, because we had an era again where you had a bunch of people that decided they want to play on PC. Now PC's not even affordable anymore. Not to say console is, but
Yeah, I know, right?
But if you had to
Affordable is
compare
not
the
a real
two,
word.
if you have to compare the two, console is more affordable when it comes to being able to play a game that just comes out. Now, is it going to be the same quality? Absolutely not. But if you have to make a choice, you know, if you're a parent and you're going, I'm going to buy my kid a PC, or I'm going to buy this. Well, yeah, I can use they can use PC for schoolwork. They can do this, they can do that.
Yeah.
You can kind of justify it. But when you look at a price tag, you go, oh God. So
I will say I have seen a couple of PCs like $18.99 that were like
Not bad.
pretty stocked. Yeah,
Mhm.
like pretty good. Like for $1,900, you walk away with like 2,200 tag. That's probably about as good as you're gonna get as a pre-built PC in this day and age. And I hate saying that, because I built my computer like all the way from the ground up for like 900, 1,000 bucks.
yeah, but if
Yeah.
it's more powerful than a Steam Deck, which is only
it definitely
$600
is.
less.
Yeah.
It's 100% more powerful. It's like an AMD 5090 Ryzen 7 or whatever the top line is. It is a really, really good AMD PC. And I was like, man, if I had the money, I'd definitely pick up a couple of those to upgrade what we have now. But
Yeah.
ugh,
But we don't have that kind of money laying around. Ain't nobody
just
got that right now.
Please stay together, my beauty.
You've taken
That's
good
why
care of it.
That's why I stream with the second PC now, because this poor thing can't stream and play games anymore.
Hmm. Well, I mean, speaking of streaming, you want to talk about the Halloween game, since that one is one that you want to stream.
I will stream. I'm pretty sure I have already taken that day off for when it comes out, so I will be streaming that one for 100% certain.
You're funny.
I think it was a couple weeks ago, the Halloween game. It comes out September 8th. September 4th for early access or for early buyers. I'm definitely buying the deluxe edition, of course. Halloween is my favorite horror film ever. The 1978. Can hear all the people going. Afterwards, it becomes a pretty big variety of what people like in the franchise, but everybody can usually agree the 1978 iconic in the horror franchise, and that's across everything. But they're making the game, and a few weeks ago, the Australian certified board has banned it from selling in Australia because of the dangerous kill. No, wait, no, not the kills, not all the murder. For the marijuana,
which is weird.
Yeah.
Because in Australia, marijuana is completely legal.
What a weird take on it. What a weird
medical
take.
medical marijuana is legal.
No, recreational. I just looked it up before the show.
I don't think so.
I just looked it up before the show.
So you can do it, you can enjoy it, but you can't play a video game with it? Even though it's a video game that's not for kids?
Yeah, I know. All right,
I don't understand these rules anymore.
Because it's up to each, federally it's recreational, and it's up to each state after that.
It says recreational cannabis is legal across almost all of Australia under federal and state laws. The only exception is Australian Capital Territory, where adults can legally possess.
Yeah, and this is an adult game.
But why does this rule exist? Is this one of those like vestigial rules where it's like, oh, we just haven't gotten around to changing it yet?
No, like you cannot have a positive spin on an illegal drug in
Is
Australia.
it really positive though if it's just
yes,
a passive thing happening in the background?
No, it's not. It's an item that you pick up, you use, and it gives you a buff.
Oh, I didn't realize that. Okay. I still disagree with the original ruling, but
I disagree too, but it's illegal.
I guess
there,
I can see how it fits your rules. It's just a
okay,
weird...
hold on. Is it a buff for the people of the town, or is it a buff for...
It's for a buff for your character.
Yeah, but like, could you be Michael Myers and get the buff?
Is it
okay,
the regular people? Or...
Yes.
Yeah, the survivors.
Okay, now here's the thing. Are all the survivors adult age?
Yes, all of them, of course.
Then it should be fine.
I think they're adult age because I think some of them are supposed to be high schoolers, but I think the high schoolers will be 18.
But I mean,
okay,
is that
so technically
legal
yes,
age
because
in
18
Australia?
is 18 is the legal age. So I guess
I don't know, man. That seems
I guess
like
the thought
a weird
process
take.
is because high schoolers in quotation marks, therefore you're promoting it for children in some way, maybe.
I guess.
But whatever, they've fully banned it.
Anyone from Australia, please let us know how this actually works for you guys, because this is baffling.
There a couple.
But I mean,
they've
always had issues. Like you couldn't have any of the South Park games.
Well,
they
yeah,
had to take a bunch of
like
stuff
the
out of
Lemmy
them.
Wings part, though.
Yeah, they
a little more.
And they said they're not going to change the game to like changing the item since it's cross-play global. They would have to change the item entirely. But again, if you've watched the 1978 version, weed is in the movie. They smoke it a few times. They're just
how is it that we have more
dumb in
lax
the
rules
70s.
on something that's technically illegal for us than they do for something that's
it's
legal
illegal
for them?
federally. Well, but first of all, because of the way
it's illegal for them, Griff. Like it is recreational is illegal for them in Australia.
No, you just said it was legal, except for street.
Yeah, except for their the act, the Australian county township or whatever it is. That's the only place. Otherwise, it is illegal everywhere else in Australia, recreationally.
That's weird. I don't know. What a strange rule. Although I think that at this point we should probably get off our high horse about marijuana. It's just one of those things where it's like, nobody dies from that. Calm down, y'all. Unclutch the pearls, mayhaps.
There. I posted the link in the picture in the Discord. But yeah, that's why they have declined it. But I find it really ironic the way they've got it. They passed it in New Zealand because it usually Australia and New Zealand will always pass the same kind of laws. But if it was a physical, I guess a physical release. Okay, the ACB rating used for physical releases took precedence over the IARC used for digital. So they went to the IRAC for New Zealand, which is for digital releases, and they approved it to digitally release the game, not physically release the game. So as long as they don't physically release the game, they could still sell it in New Zealand. So they could sell it in New Zealand digitally.
If you had a physical copy, there's a chance that a child could put the disc in their machine and play it versus a digital copy where they're technically not going to be sharing it.
I'm also confused on this because go back a couple statements ago. You made the statement that they said they weren't going to change the item because then they would have to change it for the entire world.
Right, because of cross-play servers,
Hold on.
cross-play.
Hold on. We play enough of games like Left 4 Dead 2 that literally have skin mods that we don't see what everybody else sees. So you could have one for said country.
To like mod it into...
You could.
Yeah, and just have a mod that mods that in, and then that goes to make it a cigarette or whatever. That'd probably be illegal too.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, make it a...
Make it a Foster's and they're fine. No, I'm just kidding.
I don't know what to do with it. A toilet paper roll. Make it a toilet
a walkie-talkie, like E.T. and the shotgun.
Yeah. Just, I don't
understand. Make it a
it.
lollipop. That's what all the anime does with all their cigarettes.
That's hilarious. I did not know that.
But people have said that too, and then everyone's like, don't direct your hate at Ilphonic for this. Go after the Australian board for being so terrible and dumb about this. It is not that big of a deal.
A bureaucratic body being ridiculous about changing some old school rules.
We
Shocking.
can't vote in their body, so I'm gonna say the excuses that come along with that from a development standpoint, when we have mods that are available for most games to change skins, like everything.
Yeah, but I guess you'd have to like region lock a specific region to have force them to have to download this mod and region lock it depending on
the way you handle it is good. We're going to have a delayed release then until we can work on a solution, and that's how you leave it at that. And that could be 2 years from now, but you're working on a solution.
Yeah.
And then
it was the OFLC, the Office of Film and Literature Classification in New Zealand, that for digital releases that changed their ruling to not follow Australia's ruling. So New Zealand was like, yeah, this isn't that bad. We're going to approve it.
Which I think, I want to say, like, we don't have a federal law when it comes to all the video game stuff. We have a body that works part of the video game industry, which I want to say Australia's is a federal law and a task force from a federal standpoint. And I'm not sure about New Zealand's, but my guess would be New Zealand normally follows it, but they probably have a privatized task force as well.
Yeah. So New Zealand players will be able to play it, but Australia apparently you are getting the short stick. So, but to be fair, the amount of replies I've seen on the subreddit for it has been a lot because people are spamming their government, going, "Why? What the?
That's what they need to do.
Like this?
Yeah,
that's what you need to do. Like, this is a country that like, there's brothels everywhere, and they are like, no sex in games, and then they're like, okay, well, weed in one little part of the entire country, but no, marijuana doesn't exist, guys. I'm sorry, it doesn't exist. It's just weird to me. I don't know.
I completely agree. It is odd.
And it was an entire country that was literally founded on criminals.
It was a penal colony back in the day, but they're not criminals now.
No, but
they have criminals.
You think the freedom part of it would still, hey, we get to have our freedom, we get to do what we want to do.
I don't disagree. I think that this is some weird, like, moral grandstanding.
But every time there's a game, but that's the thing is, like, with Australia, the news is always, we are not going to allow this game.
Yeah, it's always like crazy
positive
censorship.
News with the game in Australia.
That's so weird.
Like, their censorship is crazy.
It's very strange.
I would be interested to know what the average age of the people that are on that board are.
Old,
Old,
probably.
I'm
I feel like
I'm
that's
assuming.
the prerequisite. Like, are you in government? You have to be 65 plus at this point.
Well, it is in the U.S. It is not
Yeah.
for everybody else in the
True.
world. So I would be very interested to see how the average age is on that.
Mm. Well,
And it could be to where, you know, you got enough people blowing up and they're, you know, Gen Z and younger millennials and stuff like that are blowing in. Maybe things will change. Good luck, Australia. Good luck.
Good luck.
good luck
But
to
yeah,
all
I'll
of
be
us.
playing this game on Friday, September 4th.
That's not this Friday though.
Yes.
Don't be
No, no.
confused.
2 weeks from Friday.
it
Three
2
3
weeks?
weeks.
Man.
3 weeks.
Oh my God, we're already in the
weeks.
mid-August.
Oh yeah, August is gonna be over before you know it, and we're gonna be into September. But yeah, I'll be playing that one for sure.
Yeah, Labor Day
that's a
weekend's
Friday.
coming up.
I'm looking forward to it.
What?
Excited.
Is that's a 3-day weekend? Oh my God, a 3-day weekend. Oh,
Well,
gee, a 2-day weekend.
Oh, that is a 3-day weekend, isn't
Yeah.
it? Oh, okay. I thought the 3-day weekend was before that. No, you were right. Labor Day is okay. Cool.
Lucky
better.
you, huh?
That
I
means
mean,
my
yes, but
kid
no,
has
yeah.
to be
Your
here, and I
child's
don't
gonna
get to
be
play on
home.
Monday. And I definitely can't play that game while he's around.
Oh no. No.
They teach him a thing or two. Come on now.
No.
To be fair, rewatching the old 1978 version, the amount of like what I will consider soft kills is just
he
it's
cannot
definitely
watch
1978.
that. He cannot watch
No,
that.
but okay, compare that to once we watch Halloween 2018 to compared to 1978, the kills are brutal in 2018, and like 1978 it's like strangle, and she's like like falls over. It's like, oh yeah,
It's all
that's-
cheese, right? Like the
Oh,
older
yeah.
game, the older ones are
mean-
like cheesy.
oh yeah, it's so cheesy. Like you watch the death in the car too, like eyes crossed and like falls over staring at the window. Come on.
And so far the rule has held. If boobs come out, that person's going to die. So we'll see if that continues.
You think the rules that they say in Scream are fake? No. They go over the rules of horror films all the time, and it's like, don't have sex, don't trip. If you're the final girl, you're gonna end up surviving. So you got to figure out who's the final girl, because if you're the final one, then everybody's gonna die around you. So good luck.
Get ready for the trauma.
Yeah, Scream is another good series. It's fun. A self-aware parody.
Okay, well, the only other news article that you posted in here is about Nintendo, which I
Yeah.
feel like we all like kind of knew this, but basically, Shigeru Miyamoto thinks, you know, people don't come to Nintendo for powerful console; they come to Nintendo because of the games. Yeah, we know. Like,
I mean, it kind of plays into the conversation we've been having about AAA releasing these bland, tasteless games.
and then Nintendo's
you
over here
don't-
like throwing color at the wall.
At this point, you don't go to Steam for all the AAAs. You go for the indies.
I mean, it's where I buy all of my games now, but yeah.
The indies are like this is the market where real like the gamers go, and you can either buy your AAAs or you can kind of look through the library and find all sorts of different things. You never know what's gonna.
Well,
you know,
and
wow,
there's a
that looks
lot
really
of
cool.
tools now available to indie developers that weren't available, 10 years ago. So, and so it's like it allows them to be able to because everything gets streamlined, right? So
Mhm.
over time, a lot of these programs and stuff like that, like with Unreal Engine 5 and now Unreal Engine 6 coming out, but all of those are to where they've gotten easier from a standpoint of continuity. So you can continue to move. If you're moving from 4 to 5, you can continue to do better. And now they've made it to where you can upgrade graphics. You started off in 4. Oh wait, 5 came out. Let me go ahead and be able to upgrade those graphics that I've already created and create my game into something else, and do whatever vision I want to with it. And then, but it also is one of those where, like when he's talking about graphics, the amount of games that are just like regular platforming, 2D platforming games
Mhm.
that could have been played on an SNES back in the day, that are been up for like game of the year and stuff like that recently is crazy to me.
Yes.
People want good gameplay.
People
and
want
they've
good
always
gameplay
wanted
and
good gameplay.
stylistic choices. Like, we're to a point where not everything has to be photorealistic in order for us to enjoy it. Take things like
But if you do,
Repo and
but if you do
whatnot that are-
photorealistic, it need to be two things for me. It either needs to be like silly fun, like where like something's broken on it just a little bit, right?
Yeah.
That was kind of
just
like
this
with
much
Phasmo when it
jank,
first came
like,
out,
just a
right?
little
You gotta have a
bit.
little jank.
Gotta have a little jank in it.
Phasmo has a
Or,
lot of jank now because they just don't know how to make a game. But whatever, continue.
or it needs to be to where the storyline or something about that game is very, very good. Something to draw you in and keep you there, and you need the realistic look to go along with whatever they're creating, right? And which every other game out there, you don't really have to have that, which is why, you know, a game like Repo that y'all enjoy playing is silly and janky and not really realistic. And Lethal Company, like how many hours we have in Lethal Company to
Or
where
Peak, which we will talk about because we played it because it just had an update. Or, you know,
yeah,
any of those kinds of games played up as a little cartoon game that I have like 600 hours in and things like that. It doesn't have to be the highest fidelity. And I think it's because we got to a point where developers were putting more emphasis on how it looked than what it was about and how it played.
Yes, they
And
did that for a little while, and it's nice to see that games are supposed to be fun. Like, you got to tell us a story. If you want to do super realistic like graphics, fine. Make a really good story or make it fun. Like the 007 game, really good game. Looks really good, plays really good. I mean, it's not like groundbreaking new gameplay, but it's a good game, a good adventure game with all its whole story all the way through. Good. But I mean, it's not like, it doesn't have, in my opinion, it doesn't have staying power. It's got power, but
it's got sequel power.
yeah, it's
Sequel
got
power.
sequel power.
It's got heavy sequel energy.
But
Mhm.
it's gonna be one of those where that's what you want. I mean, it's an Uncharted game, is essentially what it is.
Yeah.
Uncharted and
100%.
Tomb Raider. It's that
100%.
adventure game. You need, everybody needs that fix every once in a while of some sort. You know, they're gonna have some type of a version of that they like, and so that's what it is. It scratches that itch, and then they'll come out with a sequel, and people go, "Oh, cool, that'll be awesome." You know, I enjoyed the last one. Let me play it again.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. So, or a new one's coming out. I didn't get to play the last one. Let me catch this one on sale. Thanks, Steam. You know,
Yeah.
and then let me go ahead and play it. So,
I saw a thing the other day, and I don't know where I saw it, so I can't like go and link it to you or anything. But one of the developers that worked on Thief, that you remember that game from a while back, was like,
Yes.
immersive sims don't work in a AAA setting anymore, so you won't really see them because people don't want to spend money on them. And I got hard disagree with that, but I think we got too much into where they were trying to do it all the time, and they still needed that live service aspect of it, so it started becoming less immersive sim for you to play versus we need you, Assassin's Creed basically. We need you to spend all the money and all of the time doing this thing, and we want you to play this way, and we want you to do this thing, and I feel like that got them too. So it's not just the fidelity, it needs to be photorealistic. Every game started to have all of these boxes that it needed to tick for the shareholders to okay it in the first place, and that's not how you make art.
Man,
well,
I
you
can't
know,
remember.
you had Ubisoft that went through, and they might still have this program. I don't know, but they had, of course, they had their Assassin's Creed and everything that's part of those universes and Watchdog and all that stuff. But then they had their own little program that was kind of set over the side, and everything was stylistic. I can't remember what the name of that program is, but they had one that was like that was basically, I think it was set in World War II or whatever. But it would just look like little cartoon characters that
Are you
that
talking about
went through the storyline.
like their Rabbids engine, essentially? Whatever they make.
No, it
with
wasn't
that?
in Rabbids. It was a like it's almost like it's hand drawn
Oh.
cartoon. Like
Okay.
like the way that those games are done, and then they did another one that was based on a fairy tale. I don't remember which fairy tale it was based on,
Was it
but
cell
like
shaded
Sleeping
or
Beauty
like
something.
2D like Cuphead?
Like 2D, but not like cartoon, like drawn, like sketched looking. But they had several that were part of that whole program. That it was basically, it kind of reminded me of the Xbox ID where they were helping with independent company developers to
All right.
create games, but Ubisoft had their version of it. and some really good games came out of that. But I don't think they do anything with it anymore, like at
Probably
all.
not. So many
Shocking.
companies do that. Like they have a good engine or they have a good basis, and then they just let it go. Warner Brothers, why do you
The
still
Nemesis
just hold
system, he'll
on to
never
the
let it go.
goddamn Nemesis system? Never let it go, because my goodness, you could put that system into just about any game and increase the replayability 100-fold.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like, I
Oh
mean,
yeah.
I
And then
can't
shutting down
scream.
Monolith was just like, I'm like, why? That's one of your best developers.
Why would you do that?
Oh, I just want to strangle the people. But that reminds me, I can't remember what game it was, but one of the developer of a game. If I could find the name of it, I'll probably send a link of it. But it was like, hey, I'm developing this game, I'm just working on this one specifically because this guy is funding it entirely. He's super rich. I think he's the son of the Nike Corporation, and he's funding the
Phil
game because he
Knight's
likes
son.
he likes the first game so much. He paid all of the people to make make a sequel. He got the people who made the first one to come back and make a sequel because he's
Okay.
that kind of rich. And you better believe, if I was that kind of rich, I'd get me another Nemesis system game. Like, oh
You
my
really would.
gosh,
Well, they were
come
building
on.
one,
Yeah,
and it just
yeah, they were.
yeah.
But if that is what some rich people should do. If you like a movie enough, fund a sequel. If you like a game enough, fund a sequel. Like, you can pay to get yourself a game. It doesn't have to be like $500 million. You can get some of the developers and make your own personal game, and then have them sell it, and then you can make your money back. I mean, it's not like you're not a CEO looking for a $45 million bonus package or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, and I also think though that Nintendo knows how to build on their hardware,
Oh yes.
where everybody else has to build on everyone's hardware, and building for a Windows based system and on the Sony PlayStation is not the same, and going to Nintendo is not the same. So it allows for the quality control to be limited. Like they can hone that in as best they can, where it's a little harder with especially with AAA, which might be part of what Xbox is figuring out too. And on top of everybody going, we want exclusives back, so they can go, huh, we wouldn't have to port this over, and we wouldn't have to worry about anything else. Okay, we can stay on our system that we've built for our hardware and optimize it that way.
Right.
Now, whether they'll do that or not, but they could be looking at it, either way. But it's just there are certain games that we want fidelity and that for them to look amazing for whatever reason, but you still got to have the gameplay. It does not matter how good the game looks. You still got to game. It's like God, what was that game on Sony years ago? Order 1866.
1886.
1886.
That looked great, but was basically a tech demo for the console.
Right, and there are people that still swear by that game, and there's like they know they were shafted.
It seemed like it had promise, but it just didn't complete that promise.
Yeah, it was one of those where you had a technology that was there, and they rushed it to get it released when they did, and it was the way that Sony's system is set up. They were giving them more options than you would have got with any other engine.
Yeah,
and they're utilizing them to a certain point, but they had not had enough training to get to the point to release it when they did. So that's kind of, and then on top of that, it was a really short game.
Well, it was
like
short,
4 hours or
and
something.
because I just recently read a thing about it, for like weird that you mentioned it, because I know, right? Last week read a thing about it where apparently a lot of the problems were that it was largely cutscenes, and when you did get to gameplay, some of the gameplay didn't flow like it should have, and then you were immediately thrust back into another like 20-30 minute cutscene because it was trying to tell you this story, but it didn't have enough on the gameplay side of it to feel
it's almost like it was
good.
trying to be a Final Fantasy style game, and the fact that it's going to have these 20-minute long
but
storylines.
At least with Final Fantasy, you do have the combat in between to keep you engaged as a player, instead of you're like, I just want to watch a movie right now, I guess, And again, it was short. It was like 6 hours, I think, for the total gameplay on it. And it was a full price game.
Yeah, on day one PS4.
Yeah, launch title for PS4. What are you so perplexed by, Chicken?
That's just rough. A
Yeah.
full price game for 6 hours of gameplay.
Mhm.
Like, how does that make it past Q&A? Like,
Well, it's because it was already promised for day one,
Yeah. So I think they
and
had to do something.
so they had to kind of rush on their end of it, where the developer already had a sequel set up, if I remember correctly. But
Probably.
it got tanked
I
because
wish
of the
they
fact
could go back and look at games like that and give them like a chance to do a like basically give them a do-over, you
yeah,
know?
just go back to the director and say, hey, what did you originally want to do?
Yeah.
What did you, because obviously you didn't do everything you wanted to do with this, whatever.
Because
I
it's a
mean,
cool story idea with the kind of steampunk vibe and the you know werewolf aspect of it and things like that. Like it's got
when it was pretty.
yeah.
Oh God, it was a pretty
Well, I
game.
mean that's the thing is it felt like a tech demo, which is what most people could agree on. Is it felt like a really good tech demo, but it wasn't a good game. So I'll just stick with my easy peasy games, I guess, as far as graphical fidelity goes.
I'm
mean,
happy
not,
with what games I've got.
it's not saying anything. I like uh games that look good too. I'm not gonna be like, oh no, I only play ones that look like jank, you know?
Well, I mean, you know, like you were just talking about, you were playing Resident Evil, and you play a lot of Mass Effect, and you know, which I mean, Mass Effect is that is a remake, correct?
The Legendary
like a
Edition is
remaster.
remastered. They
It is a
remastered
remaster?
all 3 games.
Okay.
Yeah. And then put in all of the DLC and
It's like the Master Chief Collection.
yeah, it's basically
Yeah.
the same thing as Master Chief Collection. It's not a full remake, which I'm
I gotcha.
fine with. I mean, honestly, it's pretty. It's not photorealistic, but I don't need it to be. And there's definitely still a, you know, a fair bit of jank where things
Well, they
clip
try to do
and...
photorealistic with Andromeda, and we saw that work
I
out
don't
on
think
the
they tried to
launch.
do photorealism, but that Frostbite engine...
It was that was as close as they could get with that, and the Team C that they put on in charge of that to start with.
When the hair walks away from the character that it's supposed to be on, something's wrong with your engine.
How long have you been doing this? Oh, I just got out of school yesterday.
Oh man,
You're on Team C.
That
Go work
Frostbite
on Mass
engine's
Effect.
just kind of trash. I think some of it is not necessarily the people who were using it are inherently bad at programming or developing, but I do think that some of it had to do with Frostbite is a terrible engine and EA's like sunk cost fallacy, we own this, do it. So I don't know. There was no way that was gonna come out well. But that's all of the actual real news stuff that's not depressing as fuck.
It was mostly discussions with the 3 little topics we stretched out over an hour. So,
I mean, to be fair, sometimes you let us go with
we got
the
a lot of
random
gap
tangents,
in the middle of it too,
and we can do it. This is what happens when we don't have these discussions every week. You get more quality in the one. I say quality loosely, okay? Let's talk about what we've been playing though over the past 3 weeks, as Chicken has pointed out multiple times.
Multiple times I pointed that out at the beginning of the show, and
you pointed it out to me
at the beginning of the show.
Before you mentioned it before we all got in the call. But that's fine.
I think I did. If I did, my bad.
What have we been playing? Who wants to talk about stuff?
I haven't been playing much. I have still piddling around with the Assassin's Creed Black Flag as I go through and play it. But I have a problem. I went and saw the new Spider-Man game, so I immediately came home and started playing Spider-Man again.
You went and saw the new Spider-Man game?
Spider-Man game, Spider-Man movie, and then went to it. I saw Brand New Day, and then started playing the first Spider-Man game again.
I mean, you have ADD,
which I'm trying to 100% right now, because I like when I played it the first time it was on PlayStation. Now I'm playing it on Steam, and so it's like, oh, okay, well, let me go through and play. And that game, which it's a remastered version that they end up putting on PC, but that game, for as old as it is, just looks good. Like it really does. And it's interesting. There were things that I didn't pick up on the first time. They also have, on the version that you buy on Steam, has the DLC already built into it as well.
Yeah.
So you can go in and play that. But it's it's Insomniac that makes them, right?
Yeah,
Who makes, yeah, it's Insomniac. They have just like transversal systems, like them being able to go through the city itself. They're just so good at it. You can move through that city so well and you feel like Spider-Man, and it's great. And then of course they've done a really good job, like, you know, the Batman Arkham series did a really good job of putting um that style of combat to where it warns you ahead of time when somebody's about to attack you, so you can react and parry and do all that type of stuff. It's like they just built upon that, and they did a great job of making you feel like Spider-Man that way too. So it's like, oh, let me spin a web this way, or I'm going to dodge and move that direction and all that. And it's like, of course, I just played Spider-Man 2 recently, but going back to this one and seeing how they did it. But I will say this that I noticed: if you play Spider-Man 2 and you knock somebody off of a roof, if you look on the side of the buildings, they're on the side of the building where he's like thrown out a web and attached them to him so it didn't kill him. They did not do that in the first game. So he is killing everybody in my game. If they're on top of a roof, they're dead.
Oh man.
Which I thought was funny. But the yeah, it's so good. Like it's just the plot line's really good. If you're a Spider-Man fan, it's just they do a really good job of building the story. They've and they make it to where it's, without giving anything away, basically they do a really good job of saying, hey, you're going to have multiple bad guys, but you might not know, if you're not familiar with the Spider-Man story, you're not necessarily going to know who that next bad guy is going to be. So you're fighting one thing and everything else. And they did a really good job with that with all three of them, because Miles Morales is fantastic too.
Yeah.
But and I'd forgotten how they introduced Miles in this one to set up the next one. And I forgot there was like a whole ordeal with that and to set it up. And it's like, oh, I forgot about this. And so it was really neat to kind of go back and reminisce to set up Miles Morales. But the new Spider-Man movie is really good for anybody that's interested, by the way. But
yeah, I've heard great things about it.
Especially if you like Frank Castle from Punisher. Like he's excellent. Like he does a great job on it, and
of course he does. He's an incredible actor. Well, he okay. I won't say he's an incredible actor. He's definitely gotten a bit more stereotyped into his specific style, but man, his style.
He nails those roles. Really well. Yes,
he nails whatever they cast him in. Like if he gets cast into something, you know he's gonna do a good job in it. Like holy shit.
Well, and like the thing about it, like I had never watched The Punisher with him in it.
Oh,
so I've started going back and watching it afterwards.
Some of it's very hard to watch, but it's good.
So I got a question, because you all watch Daredevil. He's introduced in that before the show was on the
Yes, he is.
So does it give his background at that point? Like, do you see that part of it at all, or is it just
no?
You just have to have to know his story before you start the series.
Kind of give you a little bit of what, you know, a brief, like, here's your header on Wikipedia of who Frank Castle is and why he behaves the way he does, so that, you know, Daredevil has some sort of background, but you as viewer also do. But you don't get like the deep dive in that.
See, I kind of wish, and I understand they had this took place after he was already on that show, but I really wish that's where they had started, because like there's two Punisher movies I've seen, neither one of them are great. But growing up, there's two that I've seen, and it was like, and it gives you that background and everything else, which it's pretty brutal. But
you see it very in the first season of Punisher, you get a full understanding of his background. But because he's
I understand,
guest character in Daredevil, they didn't want to put focus on him.
Yeah, I mean, you know it when you go through, but it's one of those where when you first see that very first episode, it's just kind of like, what? Because when it first starts out, it's him ending his Punisher career essentially, and so it's like, but okay, what? But I'm watching this and it feels like the end, right? So the way that they did it, but it's I was just wondering if they give you that background or not, like, because I know what it is, but it's like it was just very interesting to that they chose to do that. And then of course, because of the whole Netflix Disney thing, there's only 2 seasons of it.
Yeah.
Netflix
So-
did God tier with the damn
You-
Marvel
but you know,
shows.
there's a 50-minute long
yes.
episode too on Disney Plus,
Yeah.
Yes, we
Mhm.
haven't seen it yet, but oh my god,
Yeah,
I was
we
like, this
gotta
more.
make some
which
date night time to
I'm
watch
because it
things.
came out this year. I'm assuming it's the lead up to
Yes.
Spider-Man.
Yeah, I think it's what takes. I think it's season 2 of Punisher, and then Brand New Day, because you see him. Yeah, I think this is his little movie thing, and then you see him in Brand New Day, and I think that's all of what we see is of the Punisher.
That's why there are online flowcharts for all of the Marvel stuff, because it's so like it comes out in such a weird order sometimes that you're like, wait, when is this?
Yeah, but yeah, so good. But I was looking at the Insomniac stuff. You were talking about traversal systems, and I was
Sunset
like, yeah,
Overdrive.
of course. Yeah, Sunset Overdrive.
As soon as
I was
he
like,
said
yeah,
the
of
Spider-Man
course.
traversal thing, that I was like, I actually
was
just
my
pulled it
first
up. I was
thought,
like,
and I
how
was
big
like-
is that game? Because I need
Well,
to
and then
download it.
Ratchet and Clank as well.
Yes.
So
Yeah,
the newer,
all the
two-
Ratchet and Clank games.
the
yeah.
traversal systems are fantastic. Like they did with the one that they did the first time, that was like at the end of the PS4 era. With that one, it is it's got a little bit of rail riding and stuff, and reminds me of Sunset Overdrive. And then when
Sunset
you get
Overdrive's so
to
good, though.
when you get to the time warp one, I can't remember what the actual name of that one is. There was when PS5 first came
Rift
out.
Apart.
Yes, Rift Apart. So you've got those Rift of Time, so it'll open up and slide through it, and like, oh my god, like it feels so good the way that they've built that game, and it's like, and then you just see it doing it, which I'm very interested, because they're doing Wolverine, and Wolverine is not open world at all. It's that game's on rails when it.
Which is fine.
so-
It does not everything has to be.
No,
That's
no,
totally okay.
no. It's fine, but it's like everything else has been kind of open world. So I'm interested to see traversally how they're going to move him around. So I know that he's got that pounce move, because you see that in the stuff they've already given us. So I'm very interested to see how he feels moving around versus these other characters. So, but that's pretty much all I've been playing.
We've been playing our friend games because that's pretty much all we play these days. In
Well, I've been playing a
free
lot
time,
of
I play
League, but
Mass
that's
Effect, but
the
yeah.
only other game.
Um,
Yeah.
but the Peak just had an update, and we played that this weekend. That was something. That was something. I feel like playing our friend games too, though. Like sometimes it does turn into those like the storied Monopoly Rex friendship things. A lot of these games can too, and it because resources become scarce in Peak, where it's like, okay, well we're all to a point where we're hungry. But that one guy that went off on his own found like 3 things of food, and they're eating all of the food away from the rest of us, and didn't even bother to tell us, 1, where they went, and 2, that they found resources. So we're all trying to struggle on our own over here. So yeah, but it also the new levels are weird. The Gloom one has like frogs that can kidnap you, and I
Hey,
not
don't
like
be
that.
dropping spoilers like that.
It had lots
if
of
people wanna
stuff
play-
there. Okay, we can talk
Yeah.
about something else then, because if I talk about any of it, apparently it will be spoilers.
It has 2 new ending parts of the map. Like they
Technically
redesigned the
3, because
entire.
there's a hidden one, but that's
Okay, the secret map is map 7 out of 6. It requires some items that you can collect, because they put new statues in every single level now that gives you an amulet that
hey,
does
don't
something
spoil it for
special.
anybody.
I'm not telling them what the amulet does, and you can see the statues on the mountain. They're giant blue auras that you can see from no matter where you're standing, so you can always see where the statue is, and you got to work your way up to it, and then you can get it. Not entirely sure where you got to take it, but you can get those. They do some crazy things with some debuffs attached to it, but then they changed the lava and the volcano climb to a giant mist area and a tower.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty neat. It's very, very different from the original map.
So with the original volcano, you're racing against the lava essentially.
You're racing against the mist.
Okay, that's what I was going to ask. So
Yeah, there's
Still-
still a
still
so it's
time.
same
really not
idea.
much different than the fog timer.
Yeah, there's still a timer element
Pretty
to
much.
it.
Oh yeah, once it starts going up. But the fog has different mechanics, different monsters. Still not entirely sure what they all do. But it definitely adds a whole new set of challenges, a lot. And I was wondering how they were going to make it unique enough to be an entirely different subset of maps.
Yeah, it's good.
I'll give them, yeah, I'll give them the entire mechanics of those two sets of maps are a lot different. I will say it almost feels like the tower climb's a little easier than the volcano climb.
Did you?
Somewhat. Yeah, I would agree with that a little bit.
But they're giving you two maps, but like I feel like the lava and the volcano are one map just because you have to get up to a certain
Yeah, I do
point.
wonder how that. Like, I would assume those two are linked, the caldera and the.
Yeah, they are.
You know,
They are. They for
versus
sure.
The other ones.
Because technically, it's the beach never changes. The beach is always
the first
the same.
level will always be the same. It's the second and the third levels that'll swap, and then that fourth level now will be one or the other, either the gloom one or the lava one.
Yeah, because I always looked at it as a checkpoint once you get inside the thing to go to the next one.
Because that's really what it is. It's two levels with like a checkpoint that joins them essentially, so it doesn't feel like two separate things.
Yeah. I mean, I could definitely see them being crazy and separating those two, where you get the mist map and then the volcano, or the lava and then the tower.
Is there an area? Because like in the caldera area, you have to climb up, basically get onto a staged area in order to go into the middle of. Is there that same style? Okay.
Yeah,
so they could separate them out technically.
Yeah, kind of. There's like a little staircase that you walk into,
and then
a long tunnel that
for
takes
both
you
of them,
into
though,
it.
they're just too connected. I just don't know that it would work out to separate those.
Yeah, it's probably why they did it in one go. So yeah, they're probably always going to be.
Because this is the final update, right?
Yeah, this is it. This is it. 1.0, they're done. They are happy with it. You know, minor updates, things like that. But this
is the big
update.
They changed.
Yep, the final
there's
ascent.
more emotes, so be aware of that. There's now like a little arrow at the bottom of the main emote wheel where you can click it and get the new set. It took us, I think, till like the third level to figure out that was a thing.
Yeah, lots of new items.
Yeah,
like they did a really good job with
a
this
good
final
update. Yeah.
So your cosmetic items too.
All of the cosmetic
there's
stuff you have to earn, but yeah, I think they're attached to some of the new stuff. Yes, there is new cosmetic items as well. So,
but yes, they are done. They'll be doing some bug fixes and maintenance until they're satisfied with the game's stability, and then they're gonna let it go.
Yes.
Which is very interesting because the maps always change. So I assume that they're gonna have so many maps at some point where it's just gonna cycle them out.
But probably
or they're gonna figure out a way
so long
to...
between the cycle that you won't notice, unless you're just really weird about it.
Well, I mean, they're not, to my knowledge, they're not manually doing that.
They are manually doing it. They generate a ton of maps for like a month, and then they update the game and put in all the add-ons.
Not in manually. Usually, computers doing procedural.
Well, okay, but they have to update the game with the new maps that they've made.
I would imagine they would just update it, do another update with all of the maps.
I would just feel they put it in rotation, and then the computer just rotates accordingly.
Yeah, let's see, because I know
like for now they'll keep the last part because like they always do. They'll always, whatever the new map is, they keep for like a month, and then they start the rotation.
Yeah, because because on May 12th, it's a small patch. It added a new batch of maps for the daily rotation. So basically, every so often they make a bunch of maps on their side and then shove them out. And since it's a offline, you could play offline too. They just put a ton of maps and then date them so that it changes inside of the game every day. And I like their system, their game doesn't do it. They do it on their end and then send it.
I'm sure that they've figured out some way to automate that so you're not stuck in the same 30-day rotation for the rest of the game's life.
Yeah, that's what I'm interested in. Like,
well, and it might be like you were just talking about though, Chicken. Like if it's one of those things to where they can essentially set up a schedule. Might take them a week to do it, right? But they're setting up like this is August, right? So it takes them a week to set up September's entire schedule, and then it just pops out the map on whatever set day it's on, maybe.
Something like that. We'll see
It'll
as
be-
time goes on, I guess.
There's got to be some replayability because they're going to want to continue to put money in their pocket.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So-
Well, with this one, they're done. They're working on something else already.
Well, I mean,
Right,
that's
but you have
true,
to have
but
money
the
to-
game still exists to buy on
Yeah.
Steam. They don't want it to be like, don't buy this game because there's only 30 maps now.
Right, and they also have to afford to buy to be able to pay the people that are making the new game.
Yeah.
That is true.
So-
Well, I think they've
Continuing
made a
revenue.
lot of money off this game already, which is really nice for them to.
Right, but yeah, but
put
maybe
forward
they've
into the
hired
next
new
one.
people, different things like that. Maybe giving people a raise, different
Hell
stuff
yeah.
like that.
Well, they definitely deserve it. They did a good job with this game.
Because how many people worked on this game? Do we know?
I don't
Not
know.
very many.
Yeah, it wasn't
Small
a
team is
huge-
what they said.
Yeah.
Oh, what started as a small team? Let's see. So the major contents. Yeah, it wasn't a very small team. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people.
Wow.
Yeah.
Not bad.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fun.
I mean, but it's a very simplistic and like engineered game, but they did a great job building mechanics around that simple engine. You grab, you climb, pretty much like a sticky system, nice little traversal system. Then they built an incredible game around it. So they've done what AAA companies struggle to do.
Yeah, well, it turns out that indie people who actually care about their games can do a lot more than some AAA studios whose shareholders tell them what they are going to do about the game. It's weird how that works.
Pico, Repo, Peak, Pal World,
Mhm.
Played Up, things like that. Like,
Yeah, Played Up just had an update that we've been playing. Well, not Baka because Baka hates food games.
yeah,
But the rest of the group, we've been playing Played Up, turning up the heat, where it's like once you've completed a specific food item, you can do a heat map version with that food item that adds like ridiculous modifiers. Like I think one of them is like all of this stuff that you start with, your counters and your appliances and everything are like garbage.
starting
So-
appliances are broken.
Some
so
of your
food either
tables are
cooks-
broken. I mean, yeah, your
Yeah,
food either cooks too fast or
oh,
too
man.
slow, so it's variable as to how the food's gonna cook. It gives you new cards as you go to make the level that much more difficult. That one's
It's awesome.
Yeah.
They did a really good job with this update.
yeah, that update is a good one. And I feel like they haven't done an update in a long time, so it's good that it was a big, major update. So
They do lots of tuning, and their last big update was December 11th of last year, the buffet update.
Yeah, that's right. It was the buffet update last year.
Is that early
Um,
access or full release?
No, that's a full.
Oh, but Played Up-
Up's
Played
full
Up's
release.
full.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I mean, it's got a lot of content too. It's not like because it's a roguelite. It's got a lot of replay, even with the content that they
Ugh.
have. But they also introduced fajitas, with the heat update. So we did get a new food item too, and that's a thing. That's a thing, y'all.
One of the best roguelites out there, in my opinion.
Yeah.
They're so, for as shallow as it looks, it is incredibly deep and complex.
Yes. It's a management, like you got to do management stuff, and it's like light on the engineering side where you can start to automate your kitchen. It's got a lot of stuff for a lot of people. So
Yes,
would
I
recommend.
love it. I love it because it's simple and it's like simple engineering.
Yes. Beyond that, we also have played a new tabletop sim game. We play a lot of Betrayal at Hill House, I think is what it's called.
The trail at the house, the house, haunted hill, something like that.
Yeah.
Something
Hill
like that.
and Betrayal and House are it's an actual board game. And we played a lot of that, but Chicken found like a super version of that game.
Third edition.
Yeah, third edition, and we played that, and I was the bad guy. You don't know that you're the bad guy until into the game, so you all start out on an even playing field, right?
Oh, this is
then-
about James. Let's see James's face on this one.
And then as you play the game, you have to make haunt rolls, and eventually the haunt activates, and at that point you find out who's the bad guy, how the actual like meat of the game, the plot of the game will progress from there. I I was the bad guy because I rolled the haunt roll, and then it ended up being me. Which is funny because my character was an 11-year-old girl, so whatever. But it was basically doppelgangers, so I got to control copies of everybody else that was in the game, all the other players. And you could only hurt your doppelganger, so all I had to do was like send them out after different people. Baka got a gun. You can find items in the game. Baka found a gun, and he was like, "I'm gonna come and fuck you up." And Cat.
Well, first of all, we dealt with almost all of our doppelgangers.
Cat killed her doppelganger and then immediately died to a random card afterwards.
To a robot.
Virtue...
She walked into a room and got stabbed in the leg by a robot and died.
Virtue died to... He was closest to one of the doppelgangers, and so I ran him in there and just fucked him up with I think it was with Baka's doppelganger, actually, because he had so many speed dice.
Oh, yeah.
And I just wrecked him. And then Red was in the basement. It took me forever to figure out how I was going to get anybody to the basement because he had ended up down there via an elevator that was still at the bottom, so I couldn't get, just access it. But I was chasing them around, and they got almost all of the doppelgangers, and there was me left to contend with, and Baka's like, I'm going to run in there and shoot you. Oh, man. I rolled 7 dice. And then the dice are 1, 2, or 3. Like that's
0, 1, or 2.
Oh, 0, 1, or 2. Yeah, 0, 1, and 2. I rolled every single one of them with 2, so I maxed out how many with a 14. I just basically Baka's like, I got a gun, and I'm like, I'm an 11-year-old One Punch Man. Watch this. He talked trash to me. Oh, it was great. I was like, yeah, okay.
It was right after we were upstairs. I took out my doppelganger, and then he came downstairs.
Yeah, I took out my doppelganger.
Yep.
Yeah.
And he was going downstairs to was going after her because it was her and Virtue's characters left. It's like, okay, we need to take her out.
Virtue was dead. It was his doppelganger that was still alive because nobody could kill it.
We need to take her out so we can get the mask so that we can kill a doppelganger that wasn't us. Baka goes down there and gets ready, and then I'm going to come down afterwards and help. But she had enough movement speed that she full sprinted from the other side of the house up to his tile, then rolled the attack and blasted him. I mean, what the... He was ready, too. Like, he had armor on, reduces physical damage. Like, he was ready.
Yeah, but, I mean, you can't stop 11-year-old One Punch Girl.
I think he ended up taking 8 damage. Yeah, he took 9 because he rolled...
Get down.
He rolled 5 to her 14, took 9 minus 1, still ended up taking 8 damage and just got blasted.
Yeah.
He was full health, ready, and everything. And once he died, I ran downstairs.
I've never
tried
rolled
to fight.
so well.
I died
and
after that.
all the rolls against me and her the whole night were always just like tied back and forth for most of them too. And then she just runs over there and just fucking one-shots me.
Yeah, it was great. And then I think Chicken's the one that got me, but it was...
No, I didn't get you. Red...
Oh, it was Red.
It gets even better. I go down there, and I died to Virtue's doppelganger. Red goes down there and fights her, but she kills him. But he's got an item that allows him to roll to survive. So he gets a... I survived a kill, and then he takes his turn and kills her.
Yeah, but I
then
still
Virtue's
had a doppelganger
kills him, and she wins the game.
Yeah, I'm the champion. I'm the best doppelganger. It was great. It got very intense at the end, and I usually don't win those kinds of games, but it was great. It was great. But I think that's mostly what we've been doing. We'd like to play Pal World, but trying to get 5 people together is just impossible these days.
We're almost there. Cat we need to play one more time, and Cat can
I'm irritated because Red just put in a thing that's like, you guys, I'm gonna chill tonight because I need to get some stuff done. Knowing good and goddamn well he played Up all day by himself yesterday and today. But you need your night, like the night that we could all be together tonight. You need that to chill out. Okay. So I guess we'll wait till maybe Wednesday on you and see how you're feeling then and whether or not Baka closes. Great. Like Sundays are guaranteed, but it irritates me because then it'd be like one person's like, "Well, I've decided that I'm just gonna not. Thanks." Oh, y'all. That's right. I vented about it, and I'll tell them too. I'll be like, "Here's a link to the podcast. You can watch this in real time."
Let's see. There was a game I haven't tried it yet, but I've watched a little bit of it, and it looks really good. And really, it's on sale by a lot right now. But it's called Dive or Die. It is
It looks so good.
Darkest Dungeon plus Dave the Diver. It looks so good. There is a demo on Steam that you can try out. It is Cthulhu style based.
A lot of Cthulhu games this year.
Yeah, I know. There's also another one. It's Call of Cthulhu, I think it is, 2 or something. But there's a survival. There's a survival sandbox one. It's a 4-player co-op survival game that's really, really, really well done too.
The Mount.
The Mount?
Is it called The Mount?
Is that like Peak adjacent?
Oh, the Mound. No, the Mound.
Mound.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
It's got mixed reviews right now.
Crazy.
It's got mixed reviews right now, but it's got a little time to cook. I think a little time cooking.
I watched a dude play part of that game, and he was like with his buddy. They're co-oping, right? And they're having a conversation, and he said, "Hey, grab this gun." And he goes to hand the guy his gun, but you have to drop it on the ground like a lot of games do, right? You can't just hand it to the person. So he drops it on the ground, and he goes, "What are you talking about? That's a stick." And he goes, "Dude, no, it's a gun." Like, and he's looking at it, looks like a gun. He goes to pick it up, and he goes to fire it, and it was a stick the whole time. He had picked up that was on there because the game makes you hallucinate.
You can hallucinate. And you don't know what the hell you're doing or what the hell you got if your sanity starts getting fucked up.
He shot his buddy because he thought that it was one of the bad guys. Like it's crazy on how that game works.
It's so good. Like they really did a good job with the sanity system in that. Like as you slowly loot it, you can see your allies as your enemies, so you might start attacking them, or you might be trying to attack with a gun and it's a stick, or all sorts of different things. I've got my eye on this one. It looks pretty good. I know Baka likes Cthulhu stuff.
Yeah.
And it's co-op style
Yeah.
game. Co-op adventure survival. It reminds me a little like Windrose style.
Yeah. Well, that's one that we'll have to keep an eye on.
For sure.
Anything else?
How about you, Baka?
I tried to play Project Zomboid, but
He's had the plague too, so
that and what little bit I've got to play, like I can get I have to basically, I have no more mods installed, but the game keeps crashing. I've uninstalled and reinstalled. If I do that, I can get it to play for a little while, but as soon as I save and exit or whatever, or exit the game and go and reload it, the whole thing just keeps crashing. So I don't know what the new update is. It's just it does not want to stay. So I'm just like, all right, I need to figure out something else to.
Everybody's mad about that popular map that they're not allowed to do anymore. So they're they're all protested. So the developers broke the game on purpose to pay them back the other direction.
It happens. I mean, you know
mods,
how these games are.
That's how mods are. Like, you play with mods at your own risk and understand that the game.
Well, he took all the mods out.
He took all the mods out.
Yeah.
Oh, you can't play with any mods now? Oh.
No, he can't play with any mods.
Oh,
okay. Well, even when I take them all out, I uninstalled, reinstalled the game, like manually deleted the files, folders, and then it'll boot up, and without any mods or anything, and it'll work fine. And then as soon as I close out the game or whatever, and then come back to it, it just crashes again. It just loads up, crashes. Without any mods or anything.
Right, well, yeah, the thing that I was saying was in response to Oaks. You know, everybody's upset about that one popular mod being gone. That just is what it is. But it does suck that Baka's is. But Baka breaks like every game we play though. Like, I don't know if you've noticed, but it's always him. Killing Floor, him. Left 4 Dead, usually him. Like, why do you break our games, Baka?
It's old man.
Okay,
in our
Killing
group.
Floor, or not Killing Floor. Left 4 Dead. I'll give everybody a chance to break that one.
Yeah,
that one. That one's pretty even.
I feel like
across
some of
the,
that's
the
to do
board.
with age, though. Age of the game, not our age. The
Age
of the
and
game.
well, I mean,
The game is
mods, too,
17
'cause
years old.
depends if those mods have been updated to whatever else has been updated to. Like, but I have to have a cat gun.
I mean, yeah.
See,
I mean, you gotta pet the kitty every time you reload.
Yeah, I mean, like, who doesn't want that? That's way better than a regular gun.
too funny. Anything else?
No.
That should be it for me.
We do appreciate everybody that hangs out with us each month on Infinite Respawn. Make sure that you hit that sub button as well as that little bell. Chicken, are you gonna be streaming this fall?
I definitely want to. I'm definitely
so make sure
going
you go to
to.
twitch.tv/EliteChicken313. Follow him on there. He's definitely wanting to play some games. Hopefully,
Pretty sure my Discord's on there too, so hit that up. I try to post whenever I'm going to stream on there.
yes, make sure you follow him on the Discord. That's also where you can find each one of the articles we're using as well, is in his Discord. There's an entire section that's dedicated to Infinite Respawn. For Infinite Respawn, I'm Oak Tree.
I'm Griff.
I'm Chicken.
I'm Baka.
Bye.
See ya.
Bye.